Hi, we're going to learn how to add business simulations to your Sakai account, which is your learning management system. So the first thing you do is you go into your Sakai account and you go to Worksite Setup. So just click on Worksite Setup, because when you add business simulations, you add them to a course. So you've got to choose which course you want them in. It could be strategic management, where you want to use business simulations for a strategy course, or it could be work integrated learning. That's sometimes popular for that, or some first year course which gives an introduction for people to give them an introduction to business practice or something. So whatever the course is, go into Worksite Setup and find your courses. For this demonstration, I am going to add business simulations to the course called Online Learning Zone Course 1. Now that is the course that I just made up especially for this video and this demonstration. So we click on that course. Now after we click on it, we're inside the course, and all of these options down the side will be related to the course that we're inside of. So what you need to click on is Site Info with a picture of a cog. Okay, so click on Site Info, and then we get to this page here. Now, inside Site Info, there is a big range of tabs all along the top. Don't worry about all of them. We just want to start by clicking on External Tools. So, business simulations don't come with Sakai by default. You have to add them in. You have to say, yes, I want to use business simulations. When you use Sakai, and when you start with Sakai, it only has a very limited number of just the very basic tools. But this one is a one that you need to include, and you need to say that you want it. So let's go to External Tools. And now we come into a page which lists all of your installed tools. Now, in my account, they haven't got any installed, so this list is empty. Now you go over to the top right and it says Install LTI 1.1 Tool. So you click on that, and now this is where you add a new tool. There is a form that you have to complete, and this form contains the details of the tool that you want to add. Now to complete this form, you can get all of the answers for this form from a URL which is online, which is here. I've already typed it in here, but what you do is type in the URL onlinelearningzone.com/sakai.htm, and I will put that URL into the comments of this video. So when you go to that URL, you see the same form that you have in Sakai, and it looks slightly different. Maybe the fonts are a little bit different or some cosmetic differences, but if you go through the questions on this form, external tool title, for example, external tool title, the questions are all the same, but this form has all the answers and the original form is blank. So all you do is copy the answers one by one into the form. Now there's like I said, slight cosmetic differences. This one looks a little bit different, but the answer can be copied in there anyway. I'm going to go through this on the video. You can, if you're doing this in your own Sakai account, you can pause the video now, go to the URL onlinelearningzone.com/sakai.tml and copy them in, and when you're finished, come back to the video and skip ahead to where I've finished if you like, or you can watch me do it if you like. It'll only take another minute to complete. There's probably about 8 places that you have to copy things into. So I'm about halfway through now. secret. So make sure you tick that box, send usernames to external tool. Allow tool to be launched as external link. And I am finished. These do not need to be changed. So I've finished. Okay, so when you are finished, you enter the form, click save. And here it is. So we go back to installed tools, and the list is no longer empty. There's one item in the list called OLZ Business Simulations. Now, if this doesn't work for some reason, you can come back here to external tools, and if you click edit, you can check all of your answers and just make sure they're correct. So if there's any mistake in there, you can fix it quite easily just by clicking edit and then save again. And when you finally, if you need to take it away, you can delete it. But there's no need to delete it. It can be there and not used. So it's probably easier to not delete it. Otherwise, you just have to do this again. So now that we've done that, we'll go back to home, the home page, and we'll go back to the tool. So here we are, the course. Here we are with all our courses. Now, if you remember, it was Online Learning Zone Course 1 that we chose to add business simulations to. Let's go back into that course. And we need to do one more thing to get the tool available in the course. Now, remember all these tabs across the top before we went into this one, external tools. Now we're going to go into Manage Tools. Click Manage Tools. Now, under Manage Tools, you have all the tools that you can use, and some of them are clicked and some of them aren't. So the ones that are checked, they are available to use, and the other ones aren't. Now, the first list of tools is called General. These are the ones that come as default. These are the default tools that come with your Sakai account, and they do just basic things. Below that, you've got plugin tools, and these do the more interesting things, but you have to go through a process to get them. You have to plug them in. And when I click on that, I see the Online Learning Zone business simulations that we just installed. So it's not checked, so it won't be available yet, but if we check it, now it's available by clicking check. And I have to click continue, and continue again, and then I click finish. Now the business simulations tool is available. So I go to the course. I'm still in the course here, Online Learning Zone, but I'll just go out and back in just to show you, just to demonstrate. We go into the course, Online Learning Zone Course 1. Now this course has a whole bunch of items down the left. If you look down this list, you'll see a new one, Online Learning Zone Business Simulations. Now the first person to enter this tool from your account will be the administrator inside the Online Learning Zone Business Simulations tool. So just be wary of that. The first person who goes in will be administrator. So make sure you keep track of who that first person is, so that you don't lose your administration control within the tool. If you need to change the administrator, you can always do that, as long as you have access to the first person who went in, because any administrator can make a new administrator and then step down, so that's fine. But just don't lose track of who that first person was, because then you'll lose control of administration of the tool. If that does happen, just go to onlinelearningzone.com and send them an email, and it can be fixed that way. So I'll go in, Online Learning Zone Business Simulations, and here I am inside. I get the tool inside Sakai, and then I can use the tool. So if I was the first one to come in, I would be the administrator, and I can use the tool as administrator. If you want to learn more about how to use the tool itself once you get it in Sakai, please go to onlinelearningzone.com and you'll find videos on how to use the tool. There's also some videos on YouTube that you can find, and good luck with it. Thanks a lot. Bye.